But you see, the idea that there are no wrong feelings is an immensely threatening idea to people who are a culture. That we are terrified of our feelings because they take off on their own. And we think that if we give them any scope, and if we don't immediately beat them down, they will lead us into all kinds of chaotic and destructive action.
So my name is Margaret Levasseur, and I am a clinical social worker, therapist, psychotherapist. There's kind of 9 general criteria we use to diagnose depression. So you first have to have sad, depressed mood, loss of interest, low energy, sleeping too much, difficulty making decisions or thinking, eating too much or not eating enough, which can lead to weight gain or loss, feeling really slowed down or conversely feeling really jittery, feeling guilty, feeling hopeless, and then some people have thoughts of death or suicide. So one thing that I see a lot is people feel empty and kind of hopeless. There can be kind of an existential type stuff where they're like, what's the point? What's my life? So that can be kind of a big variation, is like the deeper stuff. And certainly can interact with people's self-image. There's a lot of negative self-image that comes up with depression. And then certainly like interacting with things that people went through when they were kids, when they were children. If anybody has trauma, that certainly interacts with depression. So I'd say it interacts with people's individual temperament, and then if they have any kind of other mental health diagnoses, it interacts with that as well. So I'd say that men, and this is kind of a generalization here, men tend to internalize. Men don't really talk about their feelings. Men are socialized to just man up and just deal with it, but that's not always a good thing. So men, sometimes depression can be underneath something. It can be underneath aggression, or it can be hidden by like substance use. So in men, it's sometimes hidden, whereas women, it's generally more prevalent. Women are at a higher risk of depression because of kind of societal pressures, microaggressions, and then women just tend to ruminate a lot more than men. They dwell on their feelings for whatever reason, societal pressures. But yeah, women tend to ruminate, and men don't always think about their feelings because they're told they can't. I hear a lot that when people are depressed, there's just like this empty feeling. It's more than just being in a bad mood. Like, your day isn't bad, your life is bad. It's this like physical feeling that's over you. It's like a blanket was thrown over you and you can't get out of it, and it just lasts so much longer. I'd say it's becoming more common for people to reach out because it's kind of like the common cold of mental health issues. In my practice, that's like the majority of what I see is depression. There's a couple different ways that somebody could reach out and get help. Some people just kind of feel like they're depressed and they go online looking for a therapist. Some people feel like they need therapy and will call their insurance company and see what therapists in the area take their insurance. Some people go through a college counseling center, like at University of Michigan. And then really, unfortunately, some people let it gets so bad that they actually do become suicidal, and they are connected to treatment through an emergency room. But I'd say in my experience, a lot of my clients, we get referrals through other therapists. People find us online. People find us through their primary doctors. So there's a big range.